I'm a band called Superman French Squad for the Pepsi Camera. This is a song called I'm Gonna Go to Bed, and when I wake up I'm gonna be someone else. This is my personal way of dealing with it all, writing songs about things that could never exist anywhere inside my head on a night like this when the pubs are shut, the clubs are overrun with puddles of vomit, puddles of blood, and you're gasping for air but you can't get enough, with the night bus windows like sitting in your house with someone stolen the telly, thrown up on the couch. I'm gonna go to bed, and when I wake up I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna go to bed, and when I wake up I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna go to bed tonight. When I wake up it's gonna be like being sick after the worst hangover ever. You know that sense of relief when the sick hits the pan and you finally realise you can function again. It's gonna be like that but times 10. It's gonna be like the total resurrection of Ben. It's gonna be like when they tried to reinstate Dirty Dan into his den as regard the pirate masturbation capers. It's gonna go fine. It's gonna be like getting home from school and for the first time realising no one tried to bully you. You realise there's more to life than football, and that's just as well. And you get into a fight with both your parents and you honestly don't know what you're gonna do, so you're around the streets for maybe 6, maybe 7 hours, and when you get back you find out they both waited up and they were both forgiven you. Looking back you're not as ugly as you really thought you could be, and those wasted opportunities just made you who you are. Looking back you're not as pitiful as all that drunken literature you wrote they were, the words of someone far worse off than you. Looking back you weren't as useless as all that. You once watched the whole of Philadelphia and it didn't make you cry. Looking back you weren't as useless in the sack as you gave yourself credit for. I'm gonna go to bed, and when I wake up I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna go to bed, and when I wake up I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna go to bed tonight. When I wake up it's gonna be like getting out of a fight in a pub. You know the sort of fight you're honestly not involved in, it's suddenly you're outside. It's like when a song sounds like Godspeed You Black Emperor kicks in 28 weeks later, and you rock colour and you're looking at the world and you're starting to smile despite your wife and kids. They might all be dead. You know it's never too late to start a new life instead. It's like getting home from school and for the first time realising no one tried to bully you. You realise there's more to life than football, and that's just as well. And you get into a fight with both your parents and you honestly don't know what you're gonna do, so you walk around the streets for maybe 6, maybe 7 hours, and when you get back you find out that they've waited up, they've both forgiven you. Looking back you're not as ugly as you really thought you could be. Those wasted opportunities just made you who you are. Looking back you're not as pitiful as all that drunken literature you wrote they were, the words of someone far worse off than you. Looking back you weren't as useless as all that. You once watched the whole of Philadelphia, it didn't make you cry. Looking back you weren't as useless in the sack you gave yourself credit for. This is called Idiot Food. This is what I normally start off with, but I thought I'd play a different song to begin with this time. Been eating idiot food for 14 days. I've had diarrhea and stomach aches, but none of that compares to how ill I felt when we decided to call it a day. The woman in Summerfield, she keeps complaining I'm looking ill. She said, stay away from those convenience foods. She says, I'm gonna be the death of you. What's the point? Anything but money. Gonna write a song like Coldplay. We're gonna creep to the top 40. We're gonna tour till we hate each other's guts. And record companies facing mass redundancies. The second album fails to be everything it should. I say I'm sorry. Tuesday night she calls me on the phone and she says this thing ain't good for me. Lady of food will cause obesity. This thing was always doomed to be something that would get inside of me and leave me incomplete, like Esther Ransom but without the teeth, or like I don't know. The new order book were just 2 pictures of Peter Hook, and there's loads of Bernard Sumner, and that's okay, but somehow it feels wrong. It's like a greatest hits without a hit song, which in their case would be Blue Monday, I imagine. I wasn't planning anything but money. Gonna write a song like Coldplay. We're gonna creep to the top 40. We're gonna tour till we hate each other's guts. And the record companies facing mass redundancies. The second album fails to be everything it should. I say I'm sorry, disappeared for maybe 12, maybe 15 years. Pretend we're dead perhaps. We can put all our cash into a trust fund under someone else's name and start again somewhere better, somewhere hotter. I learned the drums, you can learn the guitar. We write songs about things that don't really matter, about the way that our bodies are slowly growing fatter and the sun's too hot. There's nothing on the telly and I walk into pubs and no one recognises me or want to look me in the eye and say, hey, hey. I was on Jules Holland for 2 or 3 weeks. I must have exchanged pleasantries with at least 3 members of the Kaiser Chiefs, and Jo Whiley was there. She gave me a look that said, "You never be great, but your songs are quite good." And me and my ex-boyfriend used to play them in bed. She said, "I can't get the feeling from out of my head." She said, "When you stood on stage, it still lay beside me. I'm living in some kind of alternative reality." And we never had to split up the CDs, she said, or argue about which ones were his and which were mine. We're both doing fine. And this song means nothing. I'm going to do my tribute to Kevin Rowland and Dexys Midland-Runners now, which is about the fact that most people only know them from one song. I think it's a bit of a shame. I'll play as well. Tonight, I think I'm going to listen to Dexys Midnight Runners and maybe cry myself to sleep, thinking, what would I do? If I was Kevin Rowland, it was June 1982, I'm here in Come Raleigh for the first time on the radio. I'm thinking, oh my God, it's going to be a hit, it's going to be even bigger than Gino the Hunter. For now, when I do gigs, people won't know what I mean. When I talk about my love of old soul records, they just say, shut up and play, come on, I lean. Again, have I just created a monster in the shape of a 4-minute, 10-second song? In the future, will I go to 80s nightclubs and hear a room full of idiots singing along to words that are meant to be infected with a sense of genuine feeling, just nestled between Club Tropicana and Lionel Richie's dancing on the ceiling? Do you ever go to bed at night feeling upset and uptight about something you did in 1982? There's no hope tonight over you and it haunts you. When you feel sad like a bag of bones at the foot of the bed, reminding you you'll soon be dead and gone. Like I had that dream today that all my regrets learned to get up and walk away. When I wake up, the bag of bones was still sat there by my bed, and there was someone laughing in my head about something stupid I once said in a Chinese restaurant that was totally out of place. It's like the beads of sweat sweating down my face, and I return to that moment in the click of a finger. Access some of the bad memories that linger in the back of my skull, because they're easily accessed in the bid to maintain a constant level of stress, so that even when I'm happy, I'm still kind of sad. And in a way, I'm kind of glad, because I could never really be let down again. Do you ever go to bed at night feeling upset and uptight about something you did in 1982? That still holds a knife over you? Well, I do. This is the song that the Americans cover. This is called The Angriest Dog in the World. So if you can imagine this with an American accent and slightly more out of tune, then that's what you can listen to. Ragamuffin is ill. Tied up, leashed up, stuck in the garden, trying to buy my way free. It's getting me nowhere. I'm getting angrier by the day. I'm getting angrier by the second. I'm leashed up, stuck in the garden, trying to buy my way free. It's getting me nowhere. I'm getting angrier by the day. I'm getting angrier by the second. I'm leashed on the angriest dog in the world. lost the use for barking. I'm the angriest dog in the world. Some things are everlasting. I'm the angriest dog in the world. I'm gonna find my way through this lead. Someday, somehow, some way I'm gonna succeed and find my way into the house and chew your face and chew your mouth off. And though you try to put me down, you won't forget the times you left me tied up, leashed up, stuck in the garden, trying to find my way free. Just hoping that one day we'll meet somewhere, and you will be my equal. And I ask you what you think of all the things you did to me. And before I go and put something like a pitchfork through your body, I'm gonna lock you in the garden and ignore you for 15 years, make you eat the tin foods you gave me until the tears are rolling down your face. But I don't think I could do the things you did to me, to you. And it's funny, cause I hate you, but inside I really love you. I'm the angriest dog in the world, but you will always be my master. I'm the angriest dog in the world, but you will always be my master. I'm the angriest dog in the world. I'm gonna find my way through this lead. Someday, somehow, some way I'm gonna succeed and find my way into the house and kiss your face and kiss your mouth off. And though you try to put me down, you won't forget the times you let me down. Cheers. I'm going to play part 1 and 2 of my Croydon trilogy now. Which, the first one is one I played at the Croydon Festival on Saturday, and before I went on, my friend said, "Oh, haven't some of these songs got swearing in?" Because there was loads of kids down the front. And he said, "Oh," I said, "I don't think so." And he said, "Oh, what about twat in this one?" And I couldn't think of anything else to say, but it sort of haunted me all the way through the song. But I'm going to sing it now. This is called When Everyone's Dead, and it's about the end of the world, and I'm in the Whitgift Centre in Croydon. When everyone's dead, I'm going to walk around the Whitgift Centre, feeling sorry for myself and all the things I should have said. I won't bother writing songs, there'll be no one there to listen. I won't bother reading books, there'll be no one there to see me reading all those books. Maybe girls to give me knowing looks to say, "You know all about existentialism, you know that life's just a prison. You know that people only listen to those poets you like, just to try and get a date for the night." Don't get me started on Jack Kerouac. In my opinion, he's just a sexist, talentless twat that got lucky. I never really read him at all because there was this girl in the year above me at school. I had a polo neck sweater and thought she was cool, so I wrote white light, white heat, some wraparound shades, just sat in the dark, reading the big poets for days, just ended up with a headache. Thought, oh my god, I'm only 6 months away from becoming a goth. I've got spiked up hair, a permanent cough, and I think I'm gonna die alone. Then grunge came along, started to grow my hair, and it was Pearl Jam and Nirvana everywhere. I went to Lemonheads gigs and pretended I was stoned just so I'd look a bit more like Evelyn Dando. And girls come up and try to hold my hand, and I could never really understand, because all I changed was my hair and the band across the front of my t-shirt, so my hands being guided down the back of the girl's skirt. I think of Kurt Cobain, you didn't really live or die in vain, because life's just a series of predetermined maps, and when your body's like you put into a network of scale electric tracks to determine the way different people's lives interact, I think it's plain to see my life was permanently frozen until the 1991 Seattle grunge explosion that you helped to bring into the world if you did not actually originate, which some people might think you did, but you didn't. And I started writing songs. There was someone there to listen, and I started writing songs. There was someone there to listen to those songs I sang. But now you're gone. See, in the bit there where I called Cat Jacko a twat, someone suggested a chav, but I said no, I don't. It wouldn't sound right, so I went with twat, and the children heard it, but I don't think their parents minded. They probably heard worse. Don't know. Anyway, this is part 2 of my Croydon trilogy. I was hoping to finish the third one for the festival on Saturday, but I didn't get it finished in time. But, luckily, because it was about an old man masturbating on the train back from Victoria to East Croydon, so it got down very well. Well, Oldham sang to me, and he said, how can anyone think anything is permanent? But I'm warning you, I think I'm gonna feel this way until I die. The buildings will come and then rot away, and we'll both run out of kind of things to say, and I'll be shouting at you, you'll be shouting at me, we'll be shouting together, and that'll make me happy. And when it all goes wrong, we'll be okay. Got books and CDs, got a wall of DVDs, and some of them I haven't even watched before. We can kill an hour and a half with Richard Pryor, Bruce Willis, it'll be alright. And if we're living in the Nick Hornby book, maybe the movie adaptation will give me a better look, as today I don't feel too sexy in any single way. Maybe they get an American to play me, maybe someone like Keanu Reeves, and they'll relocate my life from Croydon to New York City, and the mayor of Croydon will never plead with me and saying, set it here, get Croydon in the news for anything. I'll play most chavs and Espos, play most chavs and Espos. Then it occurred to me the word chav is horrible and overused, and putting in the chorus of a song isn't necessarily a very clever thing to do, so I should use second verse to underline the fact the words aren't really mine, but I'm paraphrasing someone, an idiot in pound, not necessarily the Mayor of Croydon, to get the general idea. So when Bruce Springsteen wrote Born in the USA, he didn't think that one day people would say that the words are too blindly patriotic. That's completely misinterpreting the sentiment of the lyric. I'm not saying the song's going to be as big as Springsteen, I just think it's important to clarify these things sometimes. And if we're living in the Nick Hornby book, maybe the movie adaptation will give me a better look, as today I don't feel too sexy in any single way. Maybe they'll get an American to play me, maybe someone like Keanu Reeves, and they'll relocate my life from Croydon to New York City, and the mayor of Croydon, and they'll pleading with me and say, here, get Croydon in the news for anything. Other than K-Moss, chavs and Espos. K-Moss, chavs and Espos. Thank you. This is called Captain Non-Entity. It's about a superhero that can do everything, but he's not really good at talking to girls. And I turn into Captain Non-Entity, got superhero parties and no one remembers me. I can outtorch the human torch, but I've got no talent when it comes to the small toys. 3 AM, I'm stuck in the kitchen, listening to heroes going over the same old stuff again, thinking I'm immune to guns and bombs and radiation, but I'm not immune to all this conversation. And I'm immune to death, but I've got death for quite a while, so when I try to crack a joke and nobody even cracks a smile, it hurts me pretty badly, actually. And I go out and all I get is my jeans, smell my head's full of regrets about all the things I should have said to girls, but not just girls, but yeah, mainly girls. And I can feel it in my head, if this carries on, I'm gonna become a supervillain instead. Turn into Captain Non-Entity. I'm 30 years old, but I'm still listening to Morrissey. His words still mean far too much to me, and I'm sure it's not really like that. In reality, is probably quite happy, or at least relatively, or at least compared to the likes of me. It's inside his wife and kids that he has to keep hidden just so he can maintain the constant illusion that his life's still empty, cold and stressful, because we hate when our friends become successful. And I can feel it in my head. If this carries on, I'm gonna become the supervillain instead. I'm gonna start up a super villain group called the Super Lonelys. We're gonna go around the city making people lonely just like us, exposing lies in other people's lives between boyfriends and girlfriends and husbands and wives. It's so easy to deconstruct. A person's sense of trust is like a giant game of Jenga. Plant the right blocks and it just falls apart. In a way, I'm doing them a favour. When a parent buys a child, a pet that's gonna die just to teach them about death and to teach people how to cry, I'm gonna build them up and knock them down to where an alcoholic, friendless round is the fashion of choice in this town. And I can feel it in my head. If this carries on, it's gonna be quite frightening. If only I'd learned to talk to girls, the world wouldn't have to be so afraid. This is called Pupkin. It's about me being part of the music industry and not really liking it and feeling like Rupert Pupkin out of the King of Comedy. I've been looking through loads of books of old lyrics I wrote. I've been wondering if I've really developed. Used to want to be Billy Corgan. Now I can't remember what I saw in those sentimental, overproduced songs he used to sing to me. I was at home and feeling lonely. He was out there making loads of cash. I used to want to be a writer. Now I take a lighter to those stories that will be changing people's lives. I thought I'd have the Booker Prize. Now I realise that they're just lies people tell themselves because they don't want to get a job. And what's the point in singing songs you don't believe in just because people say they might make you money? Robbie from EastEnders really sexy just because people recognise him from the telly. And if Newsnight Review look at everything you do and they decide it's crap, is it really time to pack it in? And no matter how many times I do this thing, will I still feel like Rupert Pupkin? Used to want to be a Iron Maiden. Now I can't imagine what I'd do with the money that I'd come into just for playing shows and hanging out with Bruce and spending my spare time with Motley Crue. Would I really care about the people that stare and pint of the spandex clothes that I wear if it was something that I really wanted to do? And what's the point in singing songs you don't believe in just because people say they might make you money? From EastEnders really sexy just because people recognise him from the telly. And if Newsnight Review look at everything you do and they decide it's crap, is it really time to pack it in? And no matter how many times I do this thing, will I still feel like Rupert Pupkin? This is called I've Been a Private Detective for 17 months. Been a private detective for 17 months. Don't do it for money, do it for love. Like last night with my client, got overexcited because his wife had an orgy. He wasn't inviting, he sat in the car taking pictures and smoking. My client just sat there eating mini cheddars and hoping his wife was thinking of him. Every time she kisses someone else's lips, it's thinking of him in the mind's eye, those groping eyes of his. The mind's eye, those peeping hands are his. The mind's eye, every ounce of flesh that gets inside her dress is his. Climbed to cellar, looking angry in silence, and maybe ran for the door. I said, you can't solve this with violence. I said, let's take all the evidence, put it in a song, get it in the charts, and it won't be too long till the whole world knows just what your wife's done. We can name her and shame her till the world comes undone. He said, not sure if that's the right thing to do. I said, you want revenge, don't you? He said, I wrote the words, you wrote the chorus. Got middle-aged, it's not great, but I think it will do. So put in loads of bad language and the world can't ignore us. Put in loads of bad language and the radio won't play us. Show you what we really need to do is write something that can be played on radio too on a Sunday afternoon, and amongst all the other hits, we ended up writing something that sounded a bit like this. All those creeping eyes that crawl across her thighs like flies. Oh meat, those are his eyes, his days, not mine. And all those sickening cries, like when an animal dies at night outside. Those are his cries, his days, not mine. And I could fall asleep, but I would only dream about it. I'm gonna occupy my mind with just 3 chords and a song. And I could fall asleep, but I would only dream about it. I'm gonna occupy my mind with just 3 bullets and a gun. With just 3 bullets and a gun. With just 3 bullets and a gun. I could bring down the Houses of Parliament, but I could not bring back your love. They even left half a pint, that's how much I didn't like it. There's one more. Okay, I'm gonna play this one. This is called Joe Concedes Ultimate Defeat by blowing his face skywards with a shotgun. Joe concedes ultimate defeat and blows his face into the street. I guess it's just a piece of me waiting for his soul to find his feet and walk away. I must admit, I was afraid a little bit. I was afraid for myself. I was afraid for myself. 'Cause everything goes up and dies in the end. And I'm just afraid of something everyone's afraid of. Even the Fonz must be afraid of what lies beyond. Even Steven Seagal must wake up in a cold sweat sometimes, pondering the nature of time. Out only seems to disappear. One day you're born and the next you're hearing voices in the corner of the old folks' home. Is that a burglar or something much more sinister? Like a ghost of someone you used to know, maybe an ex-husband or wife, I don't know. But what I'm saying is there's a room for you up there in heaven. You did the Ouija board when you were young, and you bought 1 or 2 records by Iron Maiden. And it might sound petty, but I've had an argument with the Lord about some records by Tom Petty that I bought when I was only 12 years old, and it's kind of rock and roll, but it's not enough to damn my soul to hell. I said, but he said that's a choice you made. We went from this whole story sad charade of playing American Girl backwards, the beat to shame, the seeds of evil at the plant inside me, but we played it back. Didn't sound like anything at all, we just a load of noise until I feel like I fall. Consequently, I'll let you in, but first can you tell all your blasphemous friends on earth that they're going to hell? And that's what brings me here to tell you about eventual damnation, or just a figment of an old man's imagination gone too far. It happens to us all in the end. You end up alone and your only friend is the faintest belief that the end isn't really the end, but inside you sort of believe that the end really is the end, and that's the end. Cheers. Thank you. Bye.